This has nothing to do with being type B, but I always end up on the Jumbotron at arenas. Hey! One time. So what?
Get ready. It's time. Christina, Catherine, Lisa, Amy, and Lauren. Welcome to the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, I'm Christina.
I'm Catherine.
Oh, I'm Amy.
I'm Lauren.
And we're Cimorelli. Welcome back to
the Cimorelli podcast.
Hey, guys. Woo! Back for another day of podcasting. This is episode 255, and we are going to be going over our type A versus type B traits.
based on,
The TikTok trend.
if you've seen that going around right now, it's people saying type A things about me that would put a type B person into a coma, or type B vice versa, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? Which we've loved those. And anything that's type this, type that,
We love a type.
we're all over
We
it.
love a type.
And we have Lisa's answers for today. So I'm very excited about that.
Yeah.
So guess who's type A and who's type B and see if you're wrong.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our highs and lows then.
Okay.
Highs and lows of the week. Okay, mine's easy. I can actually go first.
I love it.
Okay, my low is that Barrett, my 4-year-old son, broke his arm and needed surgery, which is such a nightmare specifically for him. But this has a good ending, though. Such a nightmare for him. He's very anxious. He's a lot like me. He's very scared of blood. He wasn't bloody, but he's just very scared. Like, if it was Tristan, my 2-year-old, she does not give a rip as much. She's just like kind of whatever. But yeah,
I broke my arm.
she just doesn't care that much. And he is scared of so many things. So I was so upset thinking about that. Like, oh my gosh, he's going to be so nervous. It's going to be such a nightmare. But then I was like, it's going to be so traumatic. And then I was like, this is how you overcome fears. Like, depending on how I like frame this with him and depending on how this experience goes.
That's real.
So I was like, he has so many fears. Like, we do need to get over some fears. So
to myself.
I gave him
therapy.
I gave him so many pep talks. We've talked every night since about it and throughout the day.
That's so sweet. That's really nice. You're a good mom.
I've been trying.
Mom.
I'm like, every time you go through these scary things, you get so much. I was like, this is your bravery. Every time you do a scary thing, you get braver and braver, and then you get stronger. We keep going through that. And then it is actually working. Because then a week later, he had a doctor's appointment, and he hates doctors. He's so scared. He had to do x-rays again.
What was he yelling at the doctor?
He was yelling, doctors are trash throughout the whole doctor's office, or the hospital for like a half hour.
Wow.
Doctors are trash. Like screaming, doctors are trash.
Think of that. Like, that's so funny.
don't
That's so like
That's very like above gamer. his time.
Yeah, that's very gamer.
Yeah, so he's really scared of doctors. So we went to another appointment yesterday, and he's really scared of x-rays. He's scared of all of that. And before he was like, I'm going to run away from the doctors and punch the doctors. He's like, oh no. But then he didn't do any of that. He listened. He did his x-rays perfectly, not scared at all. The first 2 times Nick had to hold his arm the whole time. He was so scared. He didn't need any help. He was not scared at all. So he overcame the fear. There was multiple different people he saw. Wasn't like too scared at all of any of them. He totally overcame the fear. And then I noticed like he cut his knee. He fell the other day when Amy was there, and he's so scared of blood.
He was so sensitive.
He's so scared of his Band-Aid, putting his Band-Aid on. He's really scared of taking Band-Aids off. He's really scared of sleeping with a Band-Aid on because it's going to come off.
Oh.
So guys, there's a lot of fears here. So we had to overcome those.
I relate.
And then he took his own Band-Aid off. And he got over the sleeping with it. And I was like, this is huge. You guys realize this is huge.
No, I realized.
I had to take his
No
Band-Aid
offense,
off.
but I would be a different person
Was
if I had some more support in that way.
It's hard to know unless you've been through it what to give. So it's
Yeah.
it's more challenging with Tristan because I don't relate to her as much, like her personality type. So luckily I can ask Kath because she seems like her personality. So I'd be like, what do you think I should say here? Because I don't quite know. There's a lot of things she does that absolutely perplex. Actually, Barrett and I are both perplexed. like Barrett is very like clean like me and like rational. And then Tristan will like take her peanut butter and smear it all over her entire face and body, and then Barrett and I will both be like, what is happening? Because he's never done that. I've never done that. We don't quite understand, but that's something Kath would do.
You gotta luxuriate in the sensory
play.
Yeah, so she gets it. I
so
don't
good.
quite understand that. So anyway, that was the low. But then yesterday, realizing that he overcame like multiple fears, or like showed so much progress that he wasn't, because the way, since I've learned so much about trauma recently, it's like when something happens, the way that you process it really changes how things are moving forward. So like he fell off the monkey bars, so he could be like scared of monkey bars forever. I don't think he will be, but you could be, depending on how you process it. And you could be terrified of doctors forever after that. Depending on, but you can also change that. Even if it's been 20 or 30 years, you can also change that. So it doesn't actually have to be forever. But if you never change it, it's forever. So I was thinking about that so much with how I was talking to him. Like, how can we, and I don't know, like, what do I know? But I'm like, how can we make this an experience of building resilience and not just trauma, whatever. So I actually think it went really, oh yeah, shout out to Mel. I asked her for her opinion on this, and my therapist friend Allison, shout out to her, she's not watching, but I asked them both, I'm like, how would you talk to him about this like the night before the surgery? Because he had surgery like 2 days later to get pins in his elbow. And they told me like walking him through everything, which is basically what I was going to do, but it was good like affirmation, because I was like, I don't know what to do. But yeah, I think it went really well, and I think he did build a lot of resilience and courage from it. So I actually feel really good about that.
Aww.
Praise the Lord.
Praise.
So that was great.
Praise God, from whom all blessings flow.
Oh, well, I'm not going to say it's a low turned high, but that was a high of my parenting journey. That was the first time, because, you know, I think it takes a while to see this. That was the first time I've seen concrete evidence with my eyes of my child building resilience right in front of me and becoming more brave right in front of me. So I was like,
that's so sweet.
Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's working. This is great. So that was a high of yesterday, I will say.
That.
But my actual high is that I'm making like, okay, my health and healing journey, you know, guys, for like my mental and physical health is I'm making drastic improvements and like progress recently. And I think
she do it?
I think it's because I started OCD therapy like with an OCD specialist like over a month ago. I don't remember what that was, 5 or 6 weeks ago. And then I also started like really more consistently doing nervous system work and brain retraining stuff, which is like really similar to what I'm doing. OCD therapy should be called brain retraining. It's like the same thing. You are literally retraining your brain.
Yeah.
So I have been retraining my brain and then like intentionally getting my nervous system into rest and digest, like healing mode. Like I've been doing it intentionally throughout the day. I've been having all these new daily like things that I've been doing. They're not quite routines, but I would like them to be routines.
Okay, soon we should do an episode on OCD.
Yeah, I am learning a lot more to where I would feel more comfortable to do an episode on it. I've learned so, maybe when I finish the book I'm reading on it.
Yeah.
I'm reading a really good book. But that's my high, is that it was definitely hard because I've been on this journey since August or September. 8 full months I've been on this journey, and it was like I was making progress, and then it was just like, it was not like, oh, I just slowly made progress over time. It was like I had progress, and then I like went down, and then it plateaued, and then it was like I went up a little bit, I went down, it plateaued. So then I was just like, okay. And then it was like such a long plateau, and I was like, okay, am I stuck? And then it would go down. Like it just kept feeling like it was not linear at all in any way, shape, or form. It did not feel like, well, this month I'm better than last month, and every month I get a little better. It didn't feel like that at all. It was like it got better, and then there was like several months with no progress, and then some months where it was just backsliding. So then suddenly April, massive progress. So that was exciting, because it's hard when you're on a journey and you're not making like really obvious progress. It's hard to keep going because you're like, how do I even know this is going to do anything? But then I'm like, the alternative is literally doing nothing, and that's not going to do anything either. So like, well, I love doing that trick where you say like, well, I don't know if this is going to work, but I need to try it for this next month and see what happens. And then we'll just stick to that instead of thinking about it, ruminating. Every day.
Ruminating.
OCD.
Ruminating. Yes.
It's OCD thing.
Yeah.
All right, that's my low and my high. It's been a good month for me.
I love that for you.
Well, it's over now. It's May, but it has been a good month for me. I will say.
It was.
It
April
was.
a good
Just
month.
reflecting on April, I'm like, that was really
I
good.
love that. Okay, so my high is pretty simple. I made my glorious return to one of my favorite volunteer spots that will be redacted because, you know, for safety of my own self. No offense, y'all. But yeah, I went back to my favorite volunteering place last week, and it was so good.
Good for you, Ames.
So now I'm going back. I'm getting in the swing. It's great. I love it. I love it. Yeah, it was so good. It was so fun.
I love that
And
nail color.
oh, me
It's cute. Light purple. Love it.
it's Olive and June, my favorite nail polish company ever. I think they literally might make the best nail polish.
I love their nail
I need to
polish.
try.
And,
I haven't.
okay.
I just need to
So
try it.
good.
They're $8 a bottle, which is a bit, you know, it's a bit steep, but it's
so
not as steep
long-lasting.
as all the other ones that are like $12 a bottle.
Or going to get your nails done. That's
yeah,
so
no,
true.
these ones, they stay for so long, and I am a horrible nail keeper, aka I don't do anything special to like take
Do you use
care
your
of
nails
them.
as a
Ever
multi-
grow them
multi-tool?
out? Because they're always so short. Do you ever grow them out?
No, because I grow them out and then I have to play guitar and then I have to like cut them all off anyway.
Oh, yeah.
And I just like I don't like having long nails. It's just not my thing.
I do.
I love that for you.
I saw a video on Instagram that this lady was saying that girls who keep their nails really short are confident baddies.
Thank you.
And I was like, wow, thank you. I
I
keep my
love
nails
being a
really
confident
short.
baddie.
Okay.
Because she was
So,
saying, like,
yeah.
you really don't care about your nails. That's pretty, like, confident of you.
Now
don't
is
care.
that a backhanded
I feel
compliment?
Wait,
a
I
lot
do
of
care
people
about
don't
I think
care
she was
about
Mine are butt
genuinely-
ugly and I
think
do
she was
care.
being genuine. Like, she was like,
Yeah.
wow, you don't have to, like, get them done. Like, you're so confident. I don't know.
I don't
I
know.
would like.
I was
don't
just like,
know.
for me, it's just
She
function.
was a bit out.
I'm like, is
Or
that a
more
roast? But yeah, I love painting my nails. I love having nail polish. And my low was, you know, certain things. That's my low. That's all I have to say on that matter.
Oh my
Certain
god.
things.
Okay.
Certain things.
Certain things, you know, they get you.
You know.
Well, my low is that I have a small planet on my eye that has gone down in size. I have a sty on my eye. Good times.
Did you go to the doc for it, or did you already know what it was?
No, I
nothing
looked
to
it up
do?
online. It says if it has to last like 1 to 2 weeks before they really would do anything. And it's only been like 5 days.
What do you do? Just don't touch it?
Yeah, which I may have touched it a few times, but I need to not. I'm not doing that anymore because it does seem to be going down. So anyway, that's fun.
That's so
and that's why
scary.
I'm wearing my glasses because you can't wear contacts when you have a sty. What is my high? Honestly, I don't know. I feel like I think about my life and I have like just pain. No, just kidding. Honestly, more like physical pain of like triathlon training.
Oh, yeah.
Just feel very sore. Just very tired. I got the boys some water balloons. That was
That's fun.
Yeah, got them some water balloons and they played outside with the water and that was fun. So yeah, that would probably be my high.
Wait, what?
Is their joy.
What's his name? Took his first steps, dude.
That's
Oh yeah,
a
that was like
high.
a week ago.
Oh my
But yes,
gosh.
no, my
Just
son
say
did
that.
take
And
his
she-
first steps.
She hid it from everyone.
No, I
didn't
didn't
tell-
hide it. I was
She
just
hid it.
I didn't really
She
know.
hid it,
I didn't
that
want to be
milestone.
like I took a video of him.
How
But I was just
dare
kind of like
you.
I
You
don't
took
know.
a video and you didn't
I
send
don't
it?
know if this really counts because he's not really walking yet. He's just like he took a step.
No, but
Yeah,
then
that
you're
is your first step.
Then you're just gonna send us a video and be like, oh, he's walking everywhere, and everyone's gonna be like, what?
Okay, fine, yes,
God, your first steps are your first steps.
yes,
They count.
You don't like just run.
that's true.
Next week, or this week, is he running everywhere yet?
No,
Next week he will be. It only takes a couple weeks.
he's just standing up and like taking a few steps and then sitting down.
Yeah.
Good
next
for
week he'll
him.
be
Yeah.
walking.
God, you're both working on your
I
physics.
know
You're
our
walking-
endurance.
Yeah,
I know,
you're
I
both
know.
like
Yeah.
building strength
Mm-hmm. We are.
together.
We are.
Okay, my high was that I biked almost 8 miles.
Oh, I'm so
Wow,
proud.
Love
that's really
it.
good.
And I was like, wow, I can't believe I did that. I felt like
How
I was
long?
gonna die.
Does that take?
It was like 47 minutes.
So I was gonna say I've never done that, but then I think I've definitely done that.
I feel like
Yeah.
bike
Okay.
riding doesn't take as long as you'd think, but like
It
It
is
was
fun
painful.
though.
I love a
Euphoric.
bike ride.
Yeah, when you're like going downhill
But where?
or flat.
It's kind of scary though.
It is scary. And
Like-
I have a fear. And I can't like quite reach the brakes comfortably.
Because have
so
you ever
I'm a little,
fallen
like,
off a bike?
Wait,
Yes.
how? You're
Because
a tall
I have.
girl.
wait, my hands are
Oh,
tiny.
your hands.
I've
are
had
not
2
tall, girl.
really bad falls off a bike.
Yeah, I went over the handlebars
Yeah, I
like
did
5
that.
years
Oh
ago
my
because I
gosh.
braked too
Yeah, I
hard.
did
So I'm
that
like,
as a kid.
yeah, I
I-
definitely have a bit of a fear and like cars on the road. I like get scared or like going too fast, but I'm trying to like
Do you
get
listen
over
to
it.
like one headphone or no headphones, or you just like?
I listen
get
to
those
music.
Special ones that go like right here.
Well, what am I gonna do? Oh, I can hear a car. Jump off the bike.
Yes.
yeah.
I'm not gonna do that. Like, oh, there's a car behind me. Okay, there's
It's
gonna be
important
cars
information
behind.
to have.
I guess, but they could see me. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like when you have a bike,
I'm in the
it's
neighborhood.
hard.
Like
Wait,
they're
do
not
you
going
bike?
like 60 miles
Because you
an
can't go
hour,
on
like,
the.
Do you bike
Not
on the
on the
same
main
side of
road.
the road as traffic, and then you walk on
Yes.
the opposite?
Yes.
Yeah.
You're like a car.
yes.
Oh, that's why I hate bicyclists. I'm so sorry. You're
You
need to-
number one on my hate list.
You need to be in
Unless
like.
you're biking in a neighborhood. Then
I was gonna
don't
say
hate
you need
Yeah.
to be in like a secluded neighborhood where you don't have to worry about it. Otherwise, I'd be so worried.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not like out on the open highway. Like,
Laura's on the freeway.
yeah, no.
Lauren's literally biking on the freeway.
interstate.
Oh,
as
the
they call
interstate,
it.
as the southern folks say.
Yeah, but I just felt very accomplished.
No, I'm
Love
proud.
it.
Hiking is so hard. You were like,
It's
oh,
really
it gets
hard.
easier. I'm like, no, it gets harder the farther I go. I'm like, ow, ow,
It
ow.
is hard.
But I guess I just get used to the pain.
Yeah.
It's just like whatever these are
Oh
called. I
my
forgot.
gosh. I would
Yeah.
like cry when we used to bike a lot in Malibu. And when I broke my toe and I was so sad I couldn't walk anywhere, I started riding my bike. And I would be so sad because my legs would be burning all the time. I would bike with like Maddie every morning.
Oh, yeah.
At what's that neighborhood that's right across from Trancas?
Malibu West.
Malibu West?
Yeah.
Right at where the Hannah Montana house?
Something beach.
Right across.
Broad Beach.
Across PCH.
Oh, yeah.
In there, remember there's that one
Oh, that
really
was so
long
fun.
and there's like no one in there. And then
Yeah,
we'd be
see,
going up the
that's
hill
fun.
and I'd be like,
Yes.
I'd be so sad.
Yeah, it's
This part of my
painful.
leg, whatever that is, hurts so bad.
Yeah. But anyway, that was my high. My low was that I was trying to help Amy move this bookcase yesterday, and then this glass thing fell and broke right at my leg and cut me.
Yeah.
What?
So
That was
scary.
my fault. I was sweeping too aggressively and I took the bookcase down.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was like a glass plant holder, well, like fake plant thing.
We were trying to put
And it
the
fell, and like my leg was like trying to like hold the bookcase shelf, and it broke right on the shelf right here and like sliced
Yeah.
my leg.
That's
Not
scary.
like a deep cut at
Ouch.
all, but it was just like kind of bleeding a lot, and I was just like, "Ugh, scary. But like it's fine now. But I was just
and the floors are
scared.
mopped.
Yeah.
At
And then
what
like all this
cost?
glass was broken. I was just like,
Yeah, it
but
was
I
scary.
survived. So
She did survive, folks. That was
Did
low
everyone
for
go?
me too.
Yep.
yeah.
That was
Oh my
truly
gosh, we all
low
went.
for me too.
Okay, so Lisa's in the episode with her words said by Lauren. Lauren's gonna read her list, but not physically because she's supporting her husband through his cancer treatments. Please keep their whole family in your prayers. They really appreciate it. And if you want to see a lot more of Lisa, just head on over to Instagram and TikTok because we shoot stuff with Lisa almost every week for TikTok, Instagram, but we just don't get her on the podcast as much because our number one goal this year is original music. So sorry guys. But yeah, she's there. And if you want every full episode, you gotta join our Patreon, patreon.com/Cimorelli. It's $5 a month. Also, I didn't know that it's more expensive when you subscribe to things from an iPhone. If you do it, I guess if you go on your computer and log in, not mobile, it's less expensive.
What?
Like it adds something in subscriptions.
There are certain apps like that.
That's
yes.
what I heard.
Like Cameo, I know is more expensive if you do it on your phone, I think, than your computer.
So just a tip
Yeah,
for
that
you
is
people.
so
I don't know if
I don't know
I
why
just
that
heard
is.
that. Tip for you
the
people. So
masses.
join our Patreon. It's a great way to support us and we appreciate our patrons so much. And you get every full episode. You get our Monday, normally vlogs that we do. It's lots of, I was going to say behind the scenes. I banned the phrase behind the scenes because I feel like it makes your eyes glaze over a little bit.
But maybe that's
But I
just
can't-
in text, maybe not in speaking.
Maybe. I can't think of a better way to say it.
No. Absolutely not.
Yeah, there really isn't a better phrase for that.
Fly on the wall.
Yeah, I've been saying it's like but it's not the same way. I've been saying it's like being a fly on the wall in our writing sessions, our TikTok shoots. I really like the vlogs. They're really good.
The vlogs are so fun. I love it.
So you really get to see what goes on behind the camera.
Yeah.
Is that it? No?
No.
Okay.
It could be.
You don't see what goes on behind the camera because
Yeah, the other
the
part. Whatever. So there's that. There are Throwback Thursdays. There's past series we've done, all the past episodes we've done. There's a bunch of other stuff. There's different tiers. Birthday Club. You to be part of Lauren's Take.
You get to be the 5 POV question.
5 POVs. We do Patrons of the Week every week.
Yeah, we shout out patrons. We're always replying to comments and everything. I love to go in, give a little like, give a little reply. And yeah, we love our patrons so much. So join us there.
We love you guys. Okay, we're going to get into our Type A, Type B lists in just a sec. Because first, we need to thank our sponsor, Shopify. So when we started, we were really young women in business. I wouldn't call myself a young woman anymore. Laura, you're still a young woman, I guess.
Thank you.
You're in the middle. Just a woman.
Just a woman.
Just a woman. I'm just a woman, not a young one. As young women in business at the time.
That really makes you feel good to be called a young woman. Thank you.
Well, I said
She
you-
said
I
that she
said
didn't know
I
about
said
you.
you're on the line. To be fair.
I'm on the line.
Anyway, as young women in business, it was pretty intimidating with all the things we had to do as business owners. But I will say one thing we never had to worry about was with our merch store, what on earth to do, how to run it, because we had Shopify.
Ooh.
We have used Shopify for the Cimorelli merch store from day one, and we have loved it. So that's why we were so excited when Shopify became a sponsor of the Cimorelli podcast. Finding the right tool that not only helps you, but simplifies everything can be such a game changer. For millions of businesses, that tool is Shopify. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world and 10% of all e-commerce in the US, from household names like Mattel and Gymshark to brands just getting started. And also, obviously, of course, Cimorelli merch. Get started with your own design studio with hundreds of ready-to-use templates. Shopify helps you build a beautiful online store to match your brand style. Accelerate your content creation. Shopify is packed with helpful AI tools that write product descriptions, page headlines, and even enhance your product photography. Get the word out like you have a marketing team behind you. Easily create email and social media campaigns wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling. And best yet, Shopify is your commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. If you're ready to sell, you're ready for Shopify. Turn your big business idea into with Shopify on your side. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/Cimorelli. Go to shopify.com/Cimorelli. That is shopify.com/Cimorelli. All right, now let's get into the main topic.
Oh my goodness.
So as we said, there's a big trend going around, and I have to say a couple things about it. First of all, I renamed the trend in my mind that I already told you guys, which is Type A or OCD. Type B, and this is how I don't know how to phrase this one. Type B or trauma responses.
Yep.
Type B or unhealed child trauma.
Type B or OCD avoidance compulsion.
Because some of the things people were saying for the Type B
That's
stuff.
me.
Well, let me explain why. Some of the things that people were saying for Type B stuff, as someone who's been in a lot of therapy, I'm like, this is actually something that is perhaps a result of childhood trauma that could actually be healed and not just automatically a personality trait. That was one of my thoughts.
Some of them, yeah, some of them.
No, I'm saying, well, what I said was some of the things
of
Type B people that they were wild. Like, you guys don't understand. Some of them were.
No, if you guys have seen, you do understand.
Okay, some of them were. They were unhinged. There was
one
like,
girl,
I
she's
lost my
like-
license. I've been driving out of license for 8 months. Stuff like that. I'm
this
like,
one
that's
girl's
not
like,
normal.
I forgot to bring a suitcase on my trip,
Oh, I
and
saw
I
this.
didn't realize it till 3 days into the trip.
She's like, I just been using a toiletry bag.
Wait.
No, that was funny. That was
That's
funny.
funny, but
Okay.
I
that's
don't
like,
understand
That's on
that.
another level. I was thinking more like, you're laid back. You go.
No, she was so laid back.
Or you're organized. You're on top of it.
She was so laid back. She's like, and then they said, oh, so-and-so's going up there anyway. I want to grab your suitcase. And I said, no, I'll just use whatever extra clothes my
From my
mom has or
mom,
something.
yeah.
It's like, that is so laid back. I thought that was funny. That's not exactly what I'm talking
Honestly,
about,
I
but
love that.
some of them were so wild that it was like, how do you function every day? And to me,
You would be in a coma.
there is healing for that. But then let me say type A.
There's healing for that too.
Now that I've learned so much about OCD,
OCD gods.
there was a lot of things people were saying where I'm like, in my unprofessional opinion, that is 100% OCD that you are. That's not. This is type A. This is actually OCD, which is a disorder that you can actually treat.
I would like to start using that one in my unprofessional opinion.
Well, yeah. What do I know?
I love that. I'm gonna start using it.
I feel like the type A gone too far is like, I don't care if the restaurant burned down. This is where I plan to go. And this is where we're going for dinner. It's like,
Yes.
it doesn't exist. You got to move on and make a new plan. Like some people I feel like are just so set on doing whatever they planned like a week ago that it's like, okay, sometimes you have to change the plan.
Yes.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It just, that's when it gets too far.
100%.
Okay, I think there's really good things about both. And there's also really bad things if they go way too far. It's sort of like a balance there.
It's kind of a confusing thing because the type A, type B thing, obviously everyone doesn't fit into one of two categories. That's
Yeah.
why we each made for ourselves the list of like what about us is type A or what is type B. And we were saying like traditionally the definition of type A is actually not what's the trend has been.
Yeah.
The trend has been more about planning, organization, and like your life being together basically
like
and
being
having
put
systems.
together,
Yeah.
And then the type B stuff was about things being a mess and out of control.
Forgetting things. Yeah. Being
And
messy.
disorganized.
And being laid back, I guess. And sometimes like, I'm so laid back that I didn't, whatever. Which, yeah. So that's kind of what this is about, basically, if that makes sense. So we each made lists and we're going to read ours. Oh, I have a good example though that I can give you for the that I remember from the OCD or type A in my mind. This one girl said she made her whole list and she's like, of her type A stuff, and she's like, I lock the car 3 times to make sure it's locked, and then I keep relocking it every 30 minutes.
Okay, how is that type A?
So
that's
that is,
like OCD.
from what I've learned in my therapy, that is OCD compulsions about like checking something and like making sure you're like, I don't know if it's locked, even though I locked it. Like, is it really locked? Like that is OCD.
Isn't it weird? It's like every time you lock, it makes the locking feeling stronger. Every time you relock it, it makes it worse. Instead of making it better, it makes it worse.
That's a big thing about OCD. It's like the more you do it, the more you have to do it.
It's like that which is you're seeking is causing you to seek.
Yes. The more you lock, the more you have to lock. It's not like, I know I've locked it every 30 minutes. I'll stop now. It's like, oh, now I need to lock it again. So it's interesting. The more you do it, the more you have to keep doing it.
Oh, don't I know?
So let's get into our list. I was saying we'll each just go through the type A list and read all of our type A things, and then go through the type B list and read our whole type B list. Do you want to start with Lisa's?
Yeah, sure. Her type A?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Lisa's statement. I don't think I have any type A traits. Anything I do that's type A is learned. I'm a type B person raised by 2 high achieving type B people.
Yep.
So I turned out similar to them. You can include that as my statement on type A. Ha ha ha. Side note, I'm pretty clean. I don't have the gross habits some type B people have. No judgment, LOL. It couldn't be me. I keep my car very clean. I do my dishes regularly. I always have a clean water bottle. ... I think I'm a very sanitary person because I just care about hygiene and value my possessions, but I really have to work hard to be on time, keep track of appointments, take less than 3 days to wash all my clothes at a time, plan things in advance, keep up with house maintenance or bills, keep a schedule for Lily. These are all learned traits that never came naturally to me.
Okay, that's really interesting because we were saying if you look at Lisa, certain things like her logic projects, that's like the recording program, they are pristinely organized. They are so well organized.
Everything is
You look at her closet
Organized.
before.
Lisa used to, I don't know if she still does, she probably does, but in her purse, she would literally have millions of little bags for each category, like a lip gloss
pristinely
bag.
organized.
I don't know what the categories were, but it was like there was micro categories in her. I was like,
Yeah,
could never
But
be
she's
me.
saying her possessions.
So she is very organized.
She values
in a lot
her
of ways.
possessions.
And that
her
is
hygiene.
true. Lisa is the least likely to share ever. She does not want to share with you. Not that she's not generous. Lisa's a generous person, but she does not want to share her things with you.
Because she
and
doesn't want you to
touch.
break it.
Yeah.
And this is kind of from being in a big family where it was just like, she was just like, I'm keeping my things to myself.
Separate.
And I'm going to keep them nice. So that, you could argue a lot of things about that. So that's interesting because you might look at that and be like, oh, she's so organized. She's type A, whatever.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Apparently
this
not.
is kind of making me realize there's different ways to be organized. It could be with your possessions, your home, your time, your just your schedule overall. There's different ways to be organized.
Okay, this makes me feel vindicated because I was like, oh, Lisa's so type B, and then these people try to gaslight me, but she says she's so type B. I know her better.
I plan out every work week what I'm going to do every single day with timestamps of how much time everything's going to take.
Boom.
I have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I'm going to do this day. It's going to take this long.
Boom.
So that's very planned out. I write down everything I spend every single month in every category.
Wow.
I used to do that.
And I keep a note of that.
I love that.
That's so good.
I have a constant schedule in my head every day for what's going to happen when. Like, right now, I'm like, oh, this will be done at this time, and then I'm going to do this after, and then this will happen at this time.
This block.
And it never ends.
No, yes.
Every minute of my life, I know what time it is. I'm, like, planning what's going to happen next and when it's going to happen and what I'm going to do.
Oh.
And then the last of my type A is I plan out my groceries every week, and I write the cost of every item so that I know what the full thing is going to cost every time. I don't just like peruse.
I wonder
the
what it will be.
store.
Yeah.
I'm very planned out about that. So all my type A stuff is like planning, I think.
Boom.
I love it.
Okay. My type A, I feel like I definitely have some similarities to you in there in terms of like some of the meal stuff. My first one is meal planning. I've been meal planning all of my family's meals for years, and I keep them written down in a note by my phone by day. So I look ahead at what the calendar has coming up that week, and I'm like, okay, that's gonna be a busy night. So the night before, I'm gonna make a crock pot meal and double it, so I don't have to cook that night. Or like I'll make sure there's not gonna be any nights we're eating out, and then if we are, then I won't obviously do a meal that night.
Wow.
So I'm very organized with dinner, and I always know when I see people are like, oh, I don't know what to make for dinner. And they're like, what am I going to do? And it's like nighttime. I'm like, I can't fathom that. It stresses me out so much. I need to know what it's going to be like a week ahead. And then I am very thorough about packing my diaper bag. I do not forget my diaper bag or leave anything out of it. So it's like, I have everything my kids could possibly need and extra things. I also have a first aid kit always in my car.
Okay.
So just like prepared, I guess. This, I don't know if this is type A or type B. I put every appointment that I'm doing in my calendar, including things like text that person on that day. Like if there's something I have to do, and I put multiple reminders so I don't forget. That could also be because I'm not organized.
I mean, that's exactly what I do.
I have to do that or I will
I think
forget.
you learned to organize.
Maybe, yeah.
I love it.
I prefer to follow a schedule with my kids. It's not a rigid schedule, but I have a pretty like clear of what we're doing, when I'm feeding them, and what activities we're gonna do that day.
I know, Mom's like, Kath has a schedule.
And honestly, I think because I was a twin mom first, and everyone really preached the goodness of a schedule, and I found the beauty of it, and I think that just got me into like, I really like having a schedule.
Would you be as organized if you only had one kid first, do you think?
I feel like I would be a very different mom if I had one kid first, and probably
like
not
as
as scheduled.
Necessity, you were forced
Out of
into
necessity,
this.
and then I was like, I really like this. It's kind of like how I used to just kind of spend my money wildly, and then I found myself not doing well financially in my early 20s, and then I was like, I need a budget, and I was like, hey, this is so not my nature to make a budget, but now I am the budgeter.
You're like, I
in my
have
marriage.
to, or else.
It's my guardrails. I need to know what I'm doing, or I feel very like not secure with that.
So is
okay.
it more like, or I guess we're kind of saying like some people just do it naturally and some people don't do it until they're forced to do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
that
the thing
makes
is, I
sense.
actually do it.
Or
so-
some people never do it.
Yeah.
At that point, then you're probably very stressed.
And then my last
would
one
guess.
is that, and there's so many like stars, and I don't know if it's just the stage of life and it's like, I do these things, but I don't do them perfectly. So I have a cleaning routine that I follow. But I don't like, for instance, I do a load of laundry every night, but I don't always perfectly fold it every night. So like last night I was exhausted, I didn't fold it. But the nights before that, I folded it like 3 nights in a row. Yeah. So it's like, I'm not always perfect with the laundry, but but I do religiously load and unload my dishwasher every night and morning and wash everything before you go to bed.
Wow.
Unless I'm like very ill. But yeah, so that's pretty much, the other ones are kind of boring. But yeah, that's my type A list.
I love it.
It's really not things that came naturally to me. It's things that I realized how beneficial they were, and I kind of adapted them, and then just really enjoyed doing them and kept them.
I love
That's
that
how I
for
feel
you,
about my
Kath.
type B things. Is like I had to just adapt to being flexible against my will.
I don't even
Yeah.
know what my type. I don't.
Well, or what you were saying too. There's a mental illness component
Yes,
behind them
there is. There's
that I'm working
literally-
on.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I've realized for myself.
I was trying to think of them, and I was like, I don't have a type B. I have an avoidance compulsion. That is literally what I have.
It's probably confusing if you guys don't know what she's talking about.
Yeah.
But it's like something in a part of OCD. Avoiding things can be a compulsion. But a compulsion is actually, let me say what the actual definition is. I feel like that would help. Okay, so in OCD, there's like the obsessive thought, or it's just like an unwanted thought or a thought that then causes you some sort of anxiety, guilt, or some kind of like unwanted like negative emotion. Then you have the ritual you perform, the compulsive behavior. Basically it's some kind of thing. And there's a lot of different things. It can be like ruminating about something. It can be avoiding something. So you can okay, good example is like with what's it called with germs, what's that called, contamination OCD. You can do an hand washing, right? Or you can be actively avoiding a lot of things, avoiding doors, avoiding public bathrooms, avoiding public spaces. There's a lot of things you can avoid compulsively because you have a fear of contamination of germs, right? So this goes with like perfectionism. I guess I don't quite understand this, but that's a big thing we talk about with my OCD specialist is perfectionism. I guess can be a subtype. There's a lot of subtypes of OCD, and you have to identify them all, which I have so many. Perfectionism. So a big part of that is avoidance is one of the compulsions in there.
Yep.
So you compulsively avoid things. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yes.
But we'll talk about that with type B, I guess.
Yes.
All right, so your type A list.
Okay,
Sorry, guys.
so here's.
I feel like that could help someone because it helped. If I learned that earlier, it would help
No, it
me.
would have helped me too. Off the top of my head, this is what I have for my type A vibes, which is kind of like, okay.
I thought
Number
of type
one,
B things for you, actually.
Thank you.
I just did.
Oh,
Okay, go.
good.
Well, I was
I
thinking
thought of one.
I was thinking your list does not look type A at all.
Oh yeah.
Because I was writing it like right now too.
So
Yeah, I don't type A listing, but I like.
we can
I
say
do.
okay. Let me
I'm
say it for your
such a
type B.
lister.
Okay. Let's see what I have so far is
Mine's
I
type B,
have-
probably.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like a statement next to one. Sorry, keep going.
I have days for many things. Number one, I have hair washing days. Twice a week I wash my hair, same days. I have a laundry day. I have a gas getting day. I have a grocery getting day. And I have a laundry putting away day.
I love
I
that
have
for
a
you.
cooking my meals of the one time a week day because I can't do it more than that.
That is the structure that your nation is
And
founded
I
on. love that.
literally, these are the bedrocks of my existence. I can't exist without them. I don't know
See,
how.
I love that because you're never stressing about, oh my gosh, my car's about to run out of gas and
I have
I'm running
not
late.
even seen
Never
the
been
gas
me.
light in so long.
Yeah, which is great.
You don't have to think about so many things. You don't have to go.
It's on autopilot.
What am I
Boom.
eating today? When do I get groceries? Oh, I didn't realize I'm running out of that. Oh, my clothes, I didn't have that.
Love that.
Oh, my car's running out. You don't think none of those exist for you. Gone.
No.
So
Yeah,
frees
that's
up
nice.
a lot of mental space.
Love it.
To worry about things. Okay.
To worry about other things.
I plan
Hypothetical
every
things.
single day in my mind because I have a calendar avoidance compulsion, but I'm working on it. But
What?
also
Wait,
all day,
explain that.
I'm scared of using a calendar because it scares me. It makes no sense, but I'm working on it.
Very not type A of you, which
It
means
isn't.
you probably would love a calendar.
I love a calendar. I go on it and I love it, but then I get scared of it, but I love it at the same time. So, Notion. That's one of my biggest type A qualities is I love Notion. And when I can get myself to do it,
Wait, what's Notion?
it's like a whole planning app. I make all these
Oh,
millions
yeah,
of
yeah,
lists,
yeah.
all these calendars. It makes my brain so happy.
I
I
You
love
do
do
it.
have a
that.
calendar, kind of.
I
Just a
love it.
different
Well, I
version.
feel like those
I don't
things
check it enough.
feel really disorganized to me because there's too much happening. I just like my
Overwhelming.
notes app. It feels like there's too much happening. Yeah.
For me, I like it because I can see the
Yeah.
things, and I
Yeah.
think we're different organizational styles.
It's good that it works so well for
Yeah.
you. It's really
Yes. Another thing. No. Okay. This is type B and type A at the same time. I don't make a grocery list because I eat the same exact thing every single week.
good. You
I
have a
have
list.
it memorized in my
Memorized.
head.
You are the list.
I do the same route every week in the grocery store.
Amy, you're like
I
in
do
the
the
book
same exact thing.
Fahrenheit 451, where they burn all the books and
Yes.
then they memorize books and they each become a book and they
Yes,
like recite
that's
it.
me.
You are the list.
I
Yeah.
mean, I do have the same route in the grocery store. I'm like, okay, I start over here and then I go here because I generally am getting the same.
I
type
did
of
that when I
things,
was
but
single.
yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
kind
what
of
I
knew
do.
what to
And
get
then
just by seeing it.
I keep everything I've ever owned in my purse. I have so many things.
What are some examples?
I got tweezers, I got deodorant, I got lip colors, I got mascara, I got accessories. I usually have a journal. I have mass readings, like my readings book. I have I should get like some Band-Aids. But I never need Band-Aids.
I have Band-Aids in mine.
Oh,
and your
you
emergency
always
sauce.
can use
I'm
a Band-Aid.
overly prepared in mine, which I do fear is OCD.
It is a tit to that. I just keep many things with me at all times. I tried to be a small purse girly. It didn't work.
I would like to.
You know what? I do that too, but then I forget that I have any of it in my purse, so I don't use any of it.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's the struggle.
Yeah. And then the last thing, I make my bed every single day. I feel like that's type A. And my last thing I could think of was I have journaled most every day since I was like a child.
Wow.
Wow.
Like I have 1.5 trillion journals just sitting there every day. Oh, and my prayer routine is the same thing, and I do it every single day. So
Lots of
Routine.
routines. You're the queen of routines.
I love
Love it.
routines.
Love
They
that
Which
bring
they
me
do
joy.
make the world go round.
I love a
do.
routine.
It's just a part of your day. You don't have to think about
Yes,
it.
and also I have learned to not be too rigid with them, but I do them,
That's the challenge.
rain or shine.
Yeah.
It's okay. Will.
Okay, so I have a type A list.
Let's hear it.
Okay, number 1. I have a holiday note list that I tweak every year to improve it.
I love it.
For Christmas and Halloween specifically, because those require the most prep. And every year I review it, and I have a date in my calendar to review it a month before the holiday.
Ooh, love it.
So I review the list, and then
Wow.
I write tips from the past year, and then I include those, and then I add tips every year until I've perfected it.
See,
basically.
I've tried to do stuff like that, but I forget about it. So that's smart, putting it in the calendar for a month
Yes.
before
Yeah.
to check it.
And it works. I've been doing it every year.
Yeah.
love it.
The first couple years, it took me a sec to get here.
Yeah.
I will
also,
say.
when you're a mom, though, it's like
Well, when you realize
No,
how
I would
stressful
not
it is,
remember it.
it had been so stressful that I'm like, okay, where's my list? I don't want to
Yeah,
think
yeah,
about any of
yeah.
this stuff. Okay. And next, for packing things, I'm saying like, someone was saying like type B, like they pack the day of or something.
Oh yeah.
I make a list a couple weeks before. I pack
Wow.
a week or a couple days before. And then I just
week
finish.
before.
I start the packing. I don't finish. Then the day before is the last minute finish. So that's pretty type A. Whenever I go somewhere, so I have 2 things. I guess is that a type B though? No, it's still type A. I'm not on time for personal stuff as much. I'm on time for every appointment. So for every appointment, I map it ahead of time. I add like 8 to 20 minutes depending. And then I set multiple reminders, put it in my calendar for that time. So I don't even remember how long it actually takes to get there. I just have the time that I made, that I added extra time into, and I don't even know what the real time
I
is.
love it.
And then I make a full list of the schedule leading up to when I have to leave, normally the night before, and a full list of what to bring. So I do this every single week. I'm like, here's the schedule. Here's what you have to bring before I go anywhere.
Smart.
Let's see. I keep a running list in my notes of questions I have for people, so I never forget to ask anything to anyone. Therapist, I have a list of questions for Nick or whoever it will be, or my multiple different therapists, dietitian. I have like questions for everyone, and they're all in my notes, so I never miss an opportunity to ask a question.
Oh, I love that.
I have a habit tracker and goals on my mirror, and I update them monthly, and I check off all my habits, and then I have it weeks and daily with all my habits. And I've been doing that for months, and it works really well. I have a system for purchasing anything that's not a necessity, where I add it to Amazon cart is one thing. I just add to the cart and I have a whole list. I just look through that and I ponder it for like a month before I buy it. Or I add it to a to-buy list and I review the list before. I don't normally just buy anything. I have to do my
to-buy list
system.
That's
I have a
classic.
shared note with Nick of gifts that I add throughout the year, gift ideas for me. So he just has to look at the shared note to know what to do.
I love
it.
that.
My kids' clothes are perfectly sorted.
Wait, and then you don't even have to tell him. Oh my gosh, that's
Yes.
so genius.
My children's clothes are perfectly sorted into each individual category, and they always are. They never have not been. Actually, Ariel set up the original system, and it stayed for almost 5 years. Wow. They never run out. They're always fully stocked, pretty much. I mean, maybe I'll get behind one day, but no. But they're perfectly sorted. They're always together. I follow a pretty strict, but not too specific schedule every single evening. And I always get in bed pretty much in the 8 o'clock hour. I always follow it. Boom, boom, boom. I'm in bed. The end.
See, I feel like you because every night at 8 o'clock, when I'm home, I put on a TV show and I fall asleep. And then I wake up again at like 11. And then I am up for like another like 30 minutes, hour, and then I go to bed. It's weird. But I do that all the time.
Oh, I guess I should say this in the one before. I'm never behind on laundry, pretty much. More than maybe a day behind,
never.
maybe. But pretty much never behind on laundry. I do it. It's done. Put it away, blah, blah, blah. But my closet, it is a trauma response that I'm working on. My closet is the problem here. But everyone else's stuff and like sheets and blankets and all the kids' clothes and all the towels and blah, blah, blah. Like it's on top of. I feel like that's a big type B thing, I guess, like not being ahead on your laundry or whatever. Okay, so now let's get to type B. And I will say, upon pondering, there was like a reason for all my type B things. So I felt like an imposter because they had like a fear, like, oh, I only do this because I'm really scared of this, blah, 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 blah.
Yes.
Or like because I have this problem that I've been working on and I've realized it in my OCD therapy or whatever it was. So I felt like a bit of an imposter, but then some things I had learned to be more relaxed on, I guess. But yeah, I was thinking about that.
It's you just completely overanalyzing the type B.
Yes.
Oh, and I should say also for my type A that I have literally been making a schedule for my day, just like Lauren said, by the hour, the minute, depending on the day. Since I was 6 or 7, I've been doing that. And I don't do it every day. And that's type B of me. There's plenty of days where I don't write anything down.
Whoa.
I just think, go to the store, do this, and I think nothing else.
Got him.
This is Lisa's type B qualities. Number 1. I used to figure out where I was going to be staying on a trip to our hometown as I was pulling into town. Didn't even cross my mind during the 7-hour drive there, or weeks leading up to it, of course, LOL. I'd call my friend and say, hey, can I stay with you for the weekend? Okay, awesome. I'll be there in 10. And luckily they never cared and were so excited for the surprise. We had a blast. But yeah, I never planned in advance.
That is wild.
Wow. Number 2, I had the life-changing thought to start writing my appointments and plans in a calendar and being able to plan my days in advance at the ripe old age of 23. Before that, I just tried to memorize everything, and I definitely forgot a lot of things until the day or hour of. Number 3, when I was 21, I spent 10 hours at the county fair by myself and was greeted by the sheriff at 9 p.m. letting me know my family was looking for me because they left a long time ago and I didn't tell anyone I was going to stay for 6 more hours. And my phone died and I just left it dead because I was young, wild, and free. I didn't plan on staying that long, but you know, I love a good carnival. I even went on a ride with one of the workers. Ha ha!
Lisa.
Okay, number 4. We were flying to China the next day, and our photographer asked me at midnight, what time is our flight tomorrow? And I replied with, I have no clue. And she said, oh yeah, why am I asking you? I knew it was early. I knew the noise of others moving around would wake me up. I packed at 12:30 a.m. and passed out. That's insane to me. You don't know when the flight
the noise
is.
of others.
Everyone else will wake me up. No. Okay.
What a luxury.
That is
what a privilege. I'm the
wild.
others.
Yeah. Number 5. I used to get calls from debt collectors semi-frequently because I just never opened my mail. All right. Number 6. I saw that my favorite artist was playing a show 3 hours away that very day. I think it was like 1 p.m. I rushed and got ready, drove down there with Amy, and made it just in time for the show, only to realize we didn't have tickets. Ha ha. I was like, OMG, what do we do? And then a guy walked up to us and said, "Excuse me, are you guys looking for tickets? We have 2 extra right here." Just goes to show it always works out
I
when you're a
remember
lucky
that.
girl.
When you're a lucky girl.
A bow emoji.
When you're a lucky
Okay.
I wish I had that energy.
Number 7. I always eat while driving because I strive not to be late, but of course I gotta multitask in order to pull that off. Can't get everything done on time. Sometimes I'll eat an actual plate of food with a fork. Ha ha! Only at the stoplights, of course. But yeah, also I always eat my fast food the second I pull away from the drive-thru, and
yeah.
I recently learned not everyone does this. Some people wait till they get home. Yes, I do.
People do
I
that?
don't.
They
I do.
wait?
I pull into a
Yes.
spot. You gotta pull into
or
a
pull
spot.
in.
I'm not gonna do it
trying-
while I'm driving.
Oh, I'm trying to.
Guys, have you ever gotten ketchup deep down in your?
Yes,
Yes.
it's not,
not an
right.
experience.
And I will
you wanna
never
have.
learn.
All right, number 8. I don't know how type A people react to this or if they care that much. But I've been invited on trips the day before or even the day of, and I'm like, OMG, yes. I feel pure joy and excitement, and a few hours later, I'm at the airport. Now that I have a child, that has drastically changed, but my past was very, very free-flowing, spur-of-the-moment vibes. Yeah, I think some people would not love that.
I would
Amy,
hate that.
I
I would
actually have done something.
hate
like
that.
I don't mind that. I'm like, yeah, I'm up for the adventure. Okay, number 9. This has nothing to do with being type B. Okay. But I always end up on the Jumbotron at arenas. Okay. One time.
So what?
I don't know, guys.
love it.
One time, I was dancing in the crowd before a concert, and they put me on the Jumbotron for 10 minutes. And 20,000 people started clapping and cheering as loud as you think they would for the actual concert. It was actually terrifying, haha. But I put on a brave face and did my dance until the cameras turned off, crying loud.
I love that
Why
for her.
did she write?
I don't know.
I guess that is okay. An
I'm
unplanned
intrigued.
entertaining of a whole arena is very type B.
Yeah,
She's
that's
good
true.
on her feet. She's improv.
That's
She's
true.
very good at
Improv free
improvisation.
dancing for the arena.
No, I think that makes sense as a type B thing, actually.
All right, this is her last one. One time I drove to Alabama and back just for fun at like 8 p.m. Just for vibes.
Oh, I remember that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Just for
I
vibes.
fully
I mean,
remember
that's
that.
like not super far away, so.
Wow. Wild
What a
times.
life.
It's like spontaneous, not planning type of things, she's saying.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that was all her stuff.
Thanks for listening to the Cimorelli podcast. To hear the rest of this episode, join our Patreon at patreon.com/Cimorelli, where we post every episode in full. You can also watch all of our past seasons and Patreon-only episodes when you become a patron. You've been listening to the Cimorelli podcast. Follow Cimorelli on Spotify and subscribe on YouTube. You can also find Cimorelli on Facebook and Instagram.